Hey guys, welcome to day 16 of the Vlogmas series. Video 15. I'm not going to keep track of that just in case I miss any other days. But anyway, today I wanted to do something more kind of Christmas themed. And I have something that I do want to talk about Christmas, but I'm going to leave that, I think, for Christmas Day. I'm hoping to. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about, something that's I've noticed this year especially, and I've spoke to a couple of people about, and that is buying presents, and the fact that it seems to me that there just doesn't seem that much stuff anyone wants these days. Now, let me clarify, because a lot of people want a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I would like to have, but I wouldn't dare ask other people to buy them for me because they're ridiculously expensive. And I don't really expect anyone to buy me anything in the first place anyway, but that's a different thing. My point being, and the thing that's been on my mind, may come down to age. It's what most people are attributing it to. And it could very well just be that me and my family and all that, obviously we're growing old at the same rate, we're getting older as time goes. And it could just be that that's my point of reference, and the fact that we are getting older, we are experiencing this at the same time. And sorry, I just banged my sore arm. We are experiencing this at the same time, so it just seems this way. But when I was a kid, it seemed to be that around Christmas time, myself and all my friends and my brother and my cousins and all that, we had a massive list in our minds of things that we wanted, and this ranged from, depending on our age and depending on what we're into, it ranged from various toys to CDs to books to computer games to films and the VHS and all that. But at the same time, this is why I don't know if it's an age thing, is I can remember back then that there was so much more that my parents would be interested in. Not necessarily they would ask for it anyway. They're very similar to myself and my brother in that we very much appreciate when someone does buy us presents, but we don't expect it. And it's fine if people don't, you know? So, but I can remember when it came to buying presents, when it got to the point where it wasn't other people or my parents buying me a present to give to my other parent or something like that there was so much more looking around where you go, oh, they really like this film, they really like this film, or they really want this CD, there's this new CD out of this particular band or artist, whether new or old, that they'd really like. And just lots of things like that. Or even you go into a lot of different shops and you go, oh, there's this ornament that I think they would like. Or just things. There'd be things that I can remember that I can't specifically remember. I couldn't give an example right now, but I can remember so many times of going around and seeing something and go, I know exactly who would love that, and get it for them. It seems to be over the last few years, and this year especially, that's not the case. And what I mean is, looking around and just trying to think of things off the top of your head where you can just go, anything is possible. That there just doesn't seem to be much. But there at the same time, there's a lot, but there's not much that you'd think to get somebody. Or there's not much that someone would say that they actually want. This being that, I'm trying to think of examples of myself, that I know that there's a lot of things that I've seen where I've gone, I think that's amazing, that's brilliant. Like, I see figures of Batman and Nightmare Before Christmas and all this other stuff, Deadpool, Harley Quinn and all that, my usual go-tos. See like figurines of those, and they're the kind of thing that I wouldn't ask anybody to buy me because they are often really expensive, but there are things that I've even said to myself where it's like, that's really cool, but I don't want it. I wouldn't mind to have like a figurine of something. I mean, I've got all those. They're just Funko Pops, and there are definitely some that I've seen though. If I were to, I would like to have that one. But I have a lot more thought that goes along the lines of, I don't see the point of it. And this could be where it comes to age, I guess. But it's seeing a lot of things I go, that would be really cool, but what would I actually get out of it after I've got it? And I mean, like this, again, this can fall down to the Funko Pops. It can fall down to what I've got on my desk. I mean, I got this, which was a present, and I love it. It's brilliant. It's a bendable figure that I've not used because I'm just quite happy for Harley to just stand there. But I've got a Lego Harley, which I admittedly kind of maybe stole off my daughter. I've got a Lego Deadpool on my desk. I've got a movable model that is, I think, meant to be used for reference for drawing. And it's why I originally bought it. But I've got him just sitting on my desk, and I've got bits and pieces here and there of these kind of things. And they're nice to look at. But I don't know, I'm having more thoughts about, but why? What would I do with it afterwards? And this is kind of stemming to, or also going to things like films. I love watching films. I don't do it as much as I used to. And I don't know, I've got a collection of DVDs, and I would call it a film collection, because I've got hundreds of them. And there was a time where I wanted to keep that up, but now it's getting to the point of, well, is there much point in buying those when I could probably stream them online or through Netflix or through something, and not have the DVD taking up space? Books are a little different for me because I absolutely love books and I love having physical books. But the thing that's stopping me from wanting books at the moment is I just haven't got around to reading in such a long time. It seems like a bit of a waste to get more books that will just sit there. Music, I changed last year, I think it was, to buying digitally most of the time. I was going to do like 100%, everything's going to be digital now. And the only reason for that was because of space. Again, I've got something like 1,000 CD albums in storage at my parents' because I've got nowhere to put them. And it's got to the point these days that if I do buy a CD, first thing I do is I burn it onto my computer, listen to it through iTunes or on my iPod or something, and that CD doesn't get touched again. Which is a shame. I think that's more of a sign of the times. I probably would play my CD. I'd love to get back into buying vinyl, but I don't have space to put a hi-fi at the moment. I've got to wait at least 10 years until all of my daughter's stuff can go out of the front room, and then I might be able to make space for a hi-fi. So that might be the time that I get back into it. But this is going on a bit of a tangent, but at the same time, it's relevant. This all leads to a lot of things where it's like making excuses of, this would be nice, but do I actually need it? My parents asked me to come up with some ideas for them for possible gifts for Christmas for me. And I had one in mind straight away, and then I had to really think and search through like my Amazon history, and well, I say history, like I've got really old wish lists and things like that. But I had to look around, and it took me over an hour to come up with, I think it was 3 other ideas. And I really couldn't think of anything else. There was one other thought, something that I saw that I wanted, but then I realised it was like 70 quid, and I'm not expecting anyone to spend that on me, so. But this sounds like I'm just basing it off my own thoughts and my own feelings of what I want for Christmas or whatever. But this seems to be the same with most people that I talk to. I asked my wife for some ideas. She did actually give us as in my family, some ideas of things that she would like, but it took a while, and every time I asked her, the response was, I don't know. And she had to really think about it. My brother has straight up said he doesn't want anything. My sister-in-law, as far as I know, hasn't given any ideas of what she may want. My mum's come out as saying, as she does most years, to be fair, there's just nothing she can even think of. Usually she does the whole, you don't have to buy me anything, and she probably means it, but this year she's gone further into saying, I know I say this, but I can't think of anything I want. It just seems to be something that a lot more people are saying, and I don't know whether this is I'm not going to be like the clickbait headline guy going, this is the end of commercialism, but I don't know, it kind of feels that way. But it may just be my age. Maybe the younger generations, maybe the younger people are finding there's loads of things that they still want to get. And I mean this beyond just like toys. Like my daughter, she doesn't know of anything specific that she wants, but you know that there's certain things that she would like, and you could just go into any toy shop, you'll find something that she's bound to enjoy. But I don't know, like I say, this is a bit of a ramble, and I don't know if I've really made my point as I was hoping to make it. I have a feeling that my arguments are very one-sided, but it really just has like kind of hit me this year that as time has gone on, there really just doesn't seem to be as much. And this might be even going down to, I think I said earlier, a sign of the times, but the fact that so many things are moving digitally, that people can either stream films and TV shows, or they can buy it over the internet and then watch it over the internet, or torrent it if you're that way inclined. Same with music. So it may not be that these kind of forms of entertainment are things that you can get physically anymore, so that reduces things down. I don't know. Let me know. Tell me if I'm right, or whether like it may be that anyone who watches this kind of looks saying, oh well, no, I can think of loads of things that I want. I've given a 5-foot list to my family, you know, or along with that, everyone you know has no problem with this kind of thing. Or does this sound familiar? Let me know, because I'd be interested. I have a feeling I'm going to find out it is just me and my age, but I don't know, because I've never been this age before, so there's only one way to kind of find out. But that's my rant. Well, thank you for coming to my TED Talk, and yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.